band out here.
You're welcome.
And coming down here and doing the show. I only got to see you guys one time. I think it was a phenomenal show. I really enjoyed what you guys do. How did that start? When did this? What was the beginning of it?
We've been doing this for the one started 5 years ago now.
Yeah, well, we met at a full moon party.
Yeah.
At Crookendall, and then all of a sudden we were all doing music together. I had a different group, and then you were doing your thing.
So I heard this ethereal voice in the forest. Yeah, we were one of these parties at Crookendall, which is like a national forest above Asheville. We were all out there. It's an electronic music festival, and I heard this voice, this ethereal voice coming through the forest. And there's like tiki torches and lighting and everything. I followed it until I found this voice, and there she was. She was singing, and I was like, wow, that was really intense, you know. So I spit a verse, and she was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get my boyfriend, you know. So she called over in rare form.
Yeah.
Her
So
boyfriend at the time.
at the time we were in a hip hop group called IT with
Intellectual Telepathy.
Intellectual Telepathy with Rare Form, which is Dade, and then Plan Z, which is
Zach
our boy Zach that lives out in Denver now. But we had a group. And then he was like, we just like freestyled all night, and then you came and stayed at our house one time, and we just started making tracks.
Yeah, I produced a couple tracks for their
our album
LP that was coming out, Intellectual Telepathy, called What Is It? Or What Is IT?
And What Is IT? But I always knew I wanted to do music. Just me and Sebastian, and then...
That's when we made My People, which we're performing tonight.
Yeah.
And it was the first track that I had Lady Lane in the studio. I told everyone to get out. No one needs to be in here while I record Lady Lane's verse. And when we worked together that time and it congealed so well, it took us 3 hours to get a verse done. But the feeling that came off of the verse and what we did in there, she had never experienced with another producer. So automatically, it clicked.
And then he was living in Denver.
Whoa.
And I was living in Florida, and I moved back to Asheville, and he came to visit, and it was after one of our friends' shows, and we were in the studio, and I just had this, like, I was kind of drunk, but I did have one of this, like, moment of clarity where I was like, Sebastian!
Right.
We have to have a group, and we're gonna call it The Ones, you know, and he, you know, we were all partying, and he was like, yeah, sure, sounds great, but then, like, a year later, he moved back to Asheville, and we're like, oh my God, we can do The Ones, and that's how it started.
When you said we're gonna call it The Ones,
it just came to my head. I was like, it's The Ones. That's what we're gonna do if we do it.
Lane came up with the title, which, to be perfectly honest with, we don't know if we're gonna keep.
Yeah, we don't know if we can keep it.
We can take the copyrights, but we can spell it differently or something like DA and then 1'S or something.
There's a group in Melbourne, Melbourne, Australia.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're defunct now. Like, I don't think they still do music.
So we're looking into that, and we may have to change it. But we love that The Ones because of the being the ones. It's like we're the ones that are controlling our destiny, and we're also
the ones that we've been waiting for.
Right. We're the ones.
But we're also like separate entities that do our own stuff, like separate.
Right. So each one of you.
And then there's also, you know, like the 1-2s and.
So you all still make music individually. Like
most definitely. I make a lot of music besides The Ones. I produce for over 50 rappers.
Whoa.
From Cape Verde, Africa, the Black Rebels, to Soul Eye, Alanis Morissette's husband, Cha Chili. I've done 3 tracks in the studio with P-Funk, Funkadelic. I'm in constant contact with them. I work with Zulu Nation. Cha Chili and I have done 2 Zulu Nation festivals. I've done one in Miami. I work with Chop Devise, which is another rapper coming out of Florida and Colorado, Denver. Working with Wu-Tang affiliates such as M80, The Architect. I just got on a new Wu-Tang sampler. That's just campaign, my thing. And then The Ones ourselves, we've opened for Del the Funky Homo Sapien. We've done Nappy Roots at the Handlebar here in South Carolina. We've done. What's another show?
Face. Well, that was really just you, but
she was with me on.
Yeah, we did some.
So we've done some opening for some bigger acts and got a feel for what it's like on the stage. We've had our live band and we've done our just DJ thing. So. And
I do not just I'm like, especially in the last year, like recorded with Pierce Edens and the Dirty Work, and my friend Brian, his band the Spandrels. I did all the vocals on that. And
Pierce Edens.
Copper Kid. I did a reggae track for him, and like I record for people. It's not always just hip hop.
Not to mention, just Lady Lane Lewis herself does her own tracks.
And I do theater and stuff.
Oh yeah, she was the second leading role in Hedwig. What's it called?
Hedwig and the Grinch.
Hedwig.
It was my first like super professional.
Right,
theater
and that's
gig,
Carolina.
And they gave me money.
Carolina Theater Company, so she was employed by that.
Yeah, that was cool.
Really cool place. So she's a great actress. She's very animated. I love the fact that she can just be so animated on stage. And a lot of times when we're on stage, Lane takes over the MCing thing from me. And I'm pretty profound on stage when I'm by myself, but when we're on stage, I let her do a lot of the MCing and talking because she's just so like that on stage. She's just belongs on stage. She has an essence about her. She'll kick off her shoes and let her hair down and just rock it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's her. And that's why I work with her, because she meets me the most out of any one of my homegirls, which is a lot. She meets me the most creatively, and she meets me the most on material. So like, I won't have to write every single thing. She'll come up with an idea and I'll be able to write that too. And the fact that she meets me halfway in that makes me more apt to go with her than some of these cats that are out here, like where I'm making the hook, the beat, recording the whole session, and then all they have to do is write a 16. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I like feel more balanced with her than even a lot of my homeboys.
Plus, we look like cartoon characters.
Right.
He's all tall and I'm all short.
And we're both Italian. She's Northern Italian and I'm Sicilian, so we have a dynamic about us.
This guy.
Exactly.
So, tell me something. The band. Mm-hmm. Do you guys prefer doing the band, or you prefer just doing it? Because I've seen you guys.
I like it either way, but we haven't been really doing the band very much because it was a lot. And everybody, at some point, like last winter, just life happened, and like our drummer, he has she's 3.5 now. He has a kid. Like a bunch of our friends were moving. We all moved. So I don't know. Life happened. No band.
Yeah, and I prefer. No matter
it's
what,
versatile.
No matter what we do, I just prefer being with Lane on stage anyway, because really what happens is that if the band's there or not, something happens between me and her that congeals on stage, and people feel that. So I love having the band there, and I love just having a DJ. It's just different dynamics.
Well, anybody that's been in a band can tell you. I mean, it's like being in a relationship with like 5 people. And then obviously we're all musicians, so everybody's like divas. The whole ego thing. And then like, it's like herding cats. It's a lot easier with a DJ and 2, MCs. Makes life makes life a lot easier.
But some of our best shows have been with the band, such as Nappy Roots at Handlebar, that Ernie helped us with.
Del was definitely
Ernie can testify. That show was just an amazing show. Like, it was the first show we did with the band, and we have to thank Ernie for even having a band, because he was the one that told us.
He made us.
Yeah, Ernie's the one that
tricked me.
Yeah.
He's like, you can do the show, but you have to have live band for it. I was like, I can't do that.
And then we get to the show, and no one else has a band. And Nappy Roots is like we went on, and the Nappy Roots, you could just see it on their faces, like, whoa. Now we have to go there.
You guys upstage them.
Hell yeah. I
feel like we really put on a good show for them. I'm not going to say we outdid them or something.
Hell yeah, we did.
They don't go say
there
it,
were dudes throwing their shirts on, their Nappy Roots shirts on stage, like, sign my Nappy Roots shirt. I was like, hell yeah, I'll shine.
It was a big deal for us. We left that show at Handlebar feeling
let me just say, they've come back to Asheville several times, and they have not asked us to open up for them.
Yeah.
Just put it that way.
The Asheville boys are.
I
Like
wouldn't
free
want. I
radio.
wouldn't want to. You know.
Oh yeah! By the way,
It's
shouts
just a
out to
different
Free
experience.
Radio in Asheville. Shouts out to Philo, my homeboy, Weekend Cult in Asheville. Shouts out to all the Wu-Tang affiliates, M80, Architect, Chop Devise. Shouts out to Project Lotus, of course. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to my boy Cha Chili, making it happen on Universal this year. My man Mario Solai with Alanis out there in Cali, and all of our big affiliates, Goddess Alchemy Project. Some of the members out there in Glitch Mob, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Edit and all them. And then, you know.
Foul Mouth and Topper.
Oh yeah, Foul Mouth and Topper from GFE, of course. Big loves. Cactus, you know, Agent 23. Check all those peoples out, man. We're just doing it, trying to do it big out here in North Carolina. And I want to give also a big shout out to Rhapsody doing her thing out here. And congratulations with Ninth Wonder and all that. And we want to give a shout out to Ninth Wonder.
Cesar.
You know what I'm saying? Cesar.
So don't wear it.
Mr. Invisible. What up, Blackwood? You know what I'm saying? All that. We love that. You know
Coach
what I
K.
mean? Coach K in the house. And
Coach, put me in, Coach.
yeah, man.
Everybody's home.
So, Switch, what made you do what you're doing?
You can turn that. This will be off the camera here. It's just personal conversation.